Hey, scrappy people, it's Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a 9x12 process video, and this one's a really fun one for me because I'm using the Oh Happy Day collection that I designed for Simple Stories, plus it is a celebratory layout for me as well. This is a photo I took in the dressing room when I was trying on clothes, and I told my husband when I went into the store, let's see if I can shove my butt into a size 10, and then I went and put a 10 on, and it fit perfectly, like there was no problem at all, and I was like, well, just for kicks, let's try on an 8 to see how long it's going to be before I get to an 8, and this was the face I made when the 8s fit perfectly. I have never been anything smaller than a size 12 as even a teenager, so this was a pretty big deal for me. I've been working really hard on my diet and fitness. I work out 5 to 6 days a week, and I really feel like in the last few months things have really changed for me body-wise, so I had to do a full page celebrating this big milestone, and then I haven't done it yet, but the coordinating page will be some gym selfies and things like that just to tie it all together. But I thought that this collection, the Oh Happy Day collection, was just perfect for this layout because it's full of affirmations and it's got bright, fun, girly colors, and so I just went all in with it and I really loved it. So I'm using this 4x6 card with the stripe on the back as my photo mat, and then I've cut this black paper into just a really long photo mat that I'm ripping apart now, and I'm going to mount this on a different color paper. I wanted to add in a bunch of color, so I'm just kind of creating a bunch of layers here. And I wanted that "You Glow Girl" to be my main sentiment, even though you know me and I add in a ton of words. So I'm trying to figure out which paper I want this to go on. So I'm going to go with this pink. Pink is my favorite color, so why not? And I'm going to cut this down. So it's a 9x12 now. I'm going to start adding my clusters, sticking things down. I really wanted to use this cute bow. That was kind of the basis for this layout. And then once I've got that figured out, then I can start adding to it. So I'm going to stick this down because I am settled on that sort of cluster right there, and now I can start adding to it. And I did struggle a little bit with like a sort of a duplicate title feeling here, so I was going to say, like, I was going to use this hello, because I really wanted to say hello size 8 as well. So I was going to use this hello, and then the problem that I end up having is that I keep repeating the same fonts a lot, and so I wanted to avoid that, so I don't end up using that hello. But you can see the same font is right there at the top with the O snap, and then again with this girl slay. I love all of the sentiments in this collection and how affirming they are, and it's very much like a celebratory "you go girl" sort of feel. So this was just perfect for this sort of layout. Gotta pull out my word strips again. So I want to use some of these fun icons, and I really wanted to use the birds, but I couldn't make them work. So I kind of went through everything and pulled out things that I thought might work. So I got some feathers here. So I decided to use the feathers instead of the birds. And I got out this journaling card, and then I had to trim it up because the black cross pattern was on both the journaling card and that photo mat. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to cut all of the black off, and then I'm going to mount it again on a different journaling card so that I have a little bit more color contrast. So I'm going to use the blue side of this card, and it fits just perfectly over those glasses so you can't see them. There we go. And I decided I need to add just a little something something to the edge here. So that beautiful colorful feather gets added. And I'm going to put it right here in the bottom left corner. I was talking to a kid there, I'm sure of it. I don't have any problem covering up all of these dressing room walls as long as you can still see me. So I'm really encroaching on the space here with this photo, and I'm cool with it. You can see me trying to add all the things. Stickers after stickers on stickers. Pulling up some word stickers because I like words. Gonna add some around the edges of the clusters. Perfect. Now I think I'm almost ready to add in my title, so I'm gonna use these floral clusters to kind of ground this cluster, like this layout a bit, fill in the empty spaces, and then once I've got that covered, then I can start thinking about my title. So I felt like at this point I had some weird space issues going on down at the bottom, and I felt like the whole thing was just sort of floating, and it felt sort of unfinished to me. So I put these flowers down and I finished that part. And then I'm going to add in my title. So I use these black letters for the hello, and then the gold ones for the size 8. And you can see that there's just so much empty space down there at the bottom. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to add some different paper down there at the bottom. So I'm going to tear again, and then I'm going to add the adorable white polka dot down here at the bottom. And then of course, because I like to make things hard on myself, I don't want to use up too much of the paper, so I don't mount it on a full 9 by 12. I'm just going to cut off a little strip here, then use the 9 by 12 left over as a size guide to make sure it's a 9 by 12, which of course is always takes a minute but is worth the effort if you want to save paper, especially if you're on a budget. You don't want to use up an entire sheet of paper just for that little strip down there at the bottom. Perfect, and I really love the way that that grounded the layout, the way that it looks now. It repeats all of the black and white dots throughout the whole page. I'm going to grab another floral cluster here, and I'm going to slip it underneath the edge here so it looks like it's poking out the bottom, but I don't really love the way that that one looks, so I'm going to pick a different one. And I didn't have a lot of die cut floral clusters left, so I ended up going with a sticker one. And I'm not going to stick it underneath, I'm just going to put it right on top instead. Perfect. I'm going to add in some hearts, and then I'm also going to add in some enamel dots just for a little bit more texture around the whole thing, just make it super duper crazy. But I love it. It feels very joyful, very happy to me, which is perfect for this photo where I look like I'm gonna cry. So last but not least, here come the enamel dots after I look at the stickers one more time. Oh yes, I needed a little word strip down here just to echo the rest of them. Perfect. Okay, now the enamel dots. And I'm going to add all the colors in the enamel dots. I'm just going to put them everywhere. Each cluster is going to get its own color. Then I'm going to add it in the secondary size as well. And it is just about done. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you, and I will see you next time. Thank you!